This is the Neville Ground, home to Kent's Tunbridge Wells Cricket Club. Established in 1782, Tunbridge Wells has been home to some of cricket's most historic moments. It hosted the 1983 World Cup match between India and Zimbabwe, where Kapil Dev scored 175 not out. And apart from that, it has hosted many county matches for over a century. But this year is different. The club created its own history, reaching their first ever national T20 final. They fell one step short in 2016, and club chairman Mark Williams recalls that day.
Finals day, but at that time it was the semi-final and final. We lost in the semi to Swardston, who won it, but all four teams were good sides. And this year to go one stage further is brilliant. Yeah, great for the club. Got great fight and great spirit, great team spirit, and win or lose, I think they'll come out of it, proud to have represented the club and to have got to the final. And if we win it, brilliant. But if we don't, then good luck to the winners, because they will have deserved to win.
The team decided to have a training session in Tunbridge Wells before making their way to Northampton for the national final. 18-year-old spinner Joe McCaffrey talks us through his excitement and expectations from this big game.
So it was obviously a long wait for the Kent Cup final, in which we did our business. We absolutely battered the other team. Now we're here. It's a great feeling. I'm still relatively new to Tunbridge Wells, but I feel like I've been here for ages, with the lads. I think we're all up for this weekend, and I think we're going to see some big performances.
Is this your late 18th birthday present, winning the national final?
You could say that. We'll wait and see if I get a fifer in the final, but yeah.
You set yourself a target now. You gotta go get it.
Right, I'll get 6.
Love that. The strength of the squad is clear, as Hugo Williams, who was a key player in the early stages of the competition, is not in the 11. But he knows his support will be key in Tunbridge Wells' success.
Well, I'm still very happy to go support the team, get stuck in tomorrow night, and we're going to win.
And what's the plan when we win?
We're going to get
Meanwhile, Captain Chris Williams, who himself has had many memorable knocks in this competition, talks us through his team's journey leading up to the final.
For sure, it's spanned across 2 seasons. It's been a really sort of long old journey. It started off the back of COVID. I think it was just a great opportunity for us to all have some fun, enjoy playing our cricket together last year. But it was always in the back of my mind, actually, even from the very, very early rounds, that this is where these sort of magical journeys start. And we had a good run last year, and unfortunately the comp had to get delayed through to this year, and the final was earlier this year, and that was a special day in the Kent final down here. And then it's been a bit of you just take it one step at a time, really, from there on. And so to come through 2 finals days like we have, they're special days every single time that you go to those and come out victorious. You know that you certainly got to play well, you've got to have things go your way, but that is T20 cricket, and we seem to thrive under that scenario. These sorts of these knockout environments seem to get the best out of us, and so it's been amazing. The last finals day was really special. To come through that in the way that we did, to win 2 games so comfortably, was really special. So feeling good coming into the final.
And after some final touches in the nets, it was time to make our way to Northampton with everyone on the team bus. But there was an important discussion to be had after we started making our way.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You're not playing, are you? Well, actually, we worked out who's 12, 13, 14, 15. Is that 12, 13, 14?
No. If we actually need a sub-fielder, it's not you.
I haven't midfield one in 2 months, you prick. I think, Jono, you're 12, 14.
Thoughts on the room, Matthew Barker?
Wow, I mean, the ECB have outdone themselves. Queen size bed.
Two.
Sharing with Viraj, but
Are you expecting a fun night with me?
stop going so close. First thing, you've got to get the kettle on. You know, you can't make tea without hot water.
To squeeze past the fielder.
You can't make tea without water. So, first job,
Oh,
let's fill the kettle up. On she goes. Just like that. Prep the mugs, probably whilst you're waiting. What have we got?
is it the good stuff?
Organic, fair trade, English breakfast.
Are you a fan?
That sounds good to me. There we go, it's easy as that. A little bit of water in. Just let that brew. Now this is the key part, okay? The milk. You don't want it too milky, so the key is to just dab it out just a little bit. These packets are actually quite helpful. And you can just squeeze it out. And then just a little mix. Probably need to
You don't use a spoon?
not with these. Not with these.
Is that the trick?
And it's all in the motion. Can you get that motion?
Yes.
And then little up and down. Little tea bagging. Everyone loves a bit of tea bagging, don't they, Joe?
Oh yeah, big time.
Are you happy with that?
No.
So this is our dessert, and that's Butters' dessert. Buzz, what's happened here, Buzz?
It's not going very well. Nut allergy is proving a very big obstacle.
And that was the end of night one for us in Northampton, even after some temptation from the boys to come out. Here we are at Northamptonshire County Cricket Ground for the final of the National T20 competition. After some early showers in the morning, our spin wizard Michael Waller inspected the pitch and already gave us a spoiler for what was to come.
Haven't looked under the covers yet, but it's pretty hard out there, the outfield. So I
Is it
reckon
good?
we won't lose many overs. Short boundaries, that's what I'd say. It's my answer.
What's a par score in your opinion at this
With
ground?
that boundary, at least 160, I reckon. But let's see how the pitch plays.
With your bowling though, the 160 is like a winning score.
Well, they won't get that, so we'll win.
Dave Smith, one of the 4 members from the 2016 National run, is hopeful of a big result tonight.
I think we've probably strengthened the squad even more. With a lot of us now have been playing together for 6-7 years. Bar maybe 3 or 4 of the group, and I think we've got a very good unit. We obviously got a lot of confidence in 2020 cricket, so yeah, I'm really hopeful that today we're going to get a good result and have a hell of a night.
After an early pitch inspection, the team made its way to the indoor training facility to practice their skills. After training and then team lunch, it was time to get in the zone for the national final.
Wow, in between the innings, in the Vitality 2020. I'm allowed to say that twice.
Okay, now it was time to get in the zone for the national final. And while we were preparing for the game, some of our fans were making their way to the county ground in their own unique way. Australian overseas Bailey Whiteman gave Tunbridge Wells the perfect start with 2 early wickets. Leg spinner Joe McCaffrey may not have got his 6th that he promised the day before, but he did take an important wicket. Side note, that was me. I can catch. experienced medium pacer Dave Smith took the wicket of their overseas Samar Seth in the 8th over to put Tunbridge Wells in the driving seat. At the end of 20 overs, Tunbridge Wells restricted Bouncy Castle to 125 runs. It was then time for the chase, with captain Chris Williams and Viraj Bhatia opening up for Tunbridge Wells. It wasn't an ideal start to the chase, with both openers back in the pavilion after the second over. But then, in walked Alex Williams. Hello. And I'll let Beethoven take over from here because I don't think I can do justice to this. Wow, that was beautiful. But every Batman needs a Robin, and in walked this beautiful looking man.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down.
Go on! Come on!
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down.
Tunbridge Wells, sister! We ain't the minor, we ain't from me! We don't give a we haven't even made us, we are TWCC!
Alex, how does it feel?
I don't think it's sunk in yet, to be honest. The support from all the boys and the fans at the end was certainly something I haven't experienced as a amateur cricketer. But I think we played all right. The first half of the game, we had full control over the game, but they probably got 10-15 more than we could have kept them to. And then there's part of the second innings there when you're batting, you sort of want those runs back because it is difficult. But I think the way in which some of our lads express themselves at the bat, you know, even the lads that got out, I think they played really positive options. And Barks at the end there was, you know, the knock of the day really, you know, striking at 170 odd. And yeah, it's amazing feeling. We've wanted to do well in a National Cup for a long time. You know, we went close in the league this year, but weren't quite there in the pressure situations. So I think, you know, fall short today would have been a real tough one. So I'm really, really delighted we managed to get over the line. And I think tomorrow, once the hangover's gone, I'll definitely reflect on what today was. It was probably one of the best days I've had on a cricket pitch. And you know, we've got a young side, and a lot of the lads, this is their first exposure to sort of must-win cricket, and it's nice just as a senior player to be able to sort of carry them back there.
Yeah, and you've been at this club for a long time. You've captained this team as well. I saw you cry. I've never seen you do anything like that before. Was that just an emotion of, oh, get that?
Woo! I think the...
Chris, get in. Chris, come on, get in. You can have your thoughts as well. Come on. He's very happy.
I think the emotion is just a release. You know, you can't control those things. But, and to be honest, with 25 runs to go, when Barks was going well there,
part of me started to think about that. And that's, as an amateur cricketer, you don't feel those feelings very often, and it was weird. But no, the emotions take over, don't they? It was very, very nice to share that experience with Chris and the boys and my dad and my grandparents, and it meant a lot. We thought like coming second is also brilliant. These guys at Barnard Castle have had a fantastic season, but you don't remember this coming second as much as you do winning, and I'm so pleased we managed to sort of have this memory to cherish.
And Chris, obviously winning as captain is great, but winning it with your brother in the same team, how good does that feel?
I don't need to play that one a straight bat. The reality is we're playing with someone who's in a world of their own at this level. He's in a world of his own. I've just spoken to one of their lads after the game, a guy who's played a bit of pro cricket. He's trying to make it as a professional, and all they want to know is who that bloke. Because he went in at 1 for 1, 2 for 1. And I walked past him, he doesn't even look at me, to be honest. He's just like, no, Chris, you just throw me under it again. But he's a big match, he plays for big moments, he plays for the big matches, and he's coming of age, and he's just proving time and time again now. The last 3 games, 96 not out, 60 something not out, 53 not out in the national run. How lucky are we to play with him? How lucky are we to have him in our team, and to have him as my brother, that's something else. I mean, yeah, I love him. And I love all you boys, but
me and Viraj had a little bit of laugh, didn't we, when Chris got out? It was like, welcome back. It's happened
Same
a couple
situation.
of times.
yeah, look, I mean,
But we know what we get with you.
I can only do that. I can only do that because I know how the people who are behind me.
One last one from you. I've never seen an assist on a cricket field, but when Dave Smith was bowling there to their left-hander, the ball before, you tell Bailey to go from short mid-wicket to deep mid-wicket, and the next ball, he loops one to deep mid-wicket and takes a catch. How proud of you of that as a captain?
It's nice when it comes off, isn't it? When you make a little magic call. But I actually just think today, as a captain, my job was made easy by my players. Honestly, my job was made easy. We made a couple of errors in the field, but honestly, I felt like the fielders were in the right place. I felt like the bowlers knew their plans, and I felt like the bowlers committed wholeheartedly to what we were going to do. And I actually think we played that game expertly. We made some errors, no doubt, and that's why the game was closer than it could have been. But we played that game expertly. To win that in the 19th over, to do it in the way we did by 5 wickets, that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
It's amazing. Congratulations, both of you. Enjoy it. Talk us through your innings, Matthew.
I'll tell you what the deciding point was. Yesterday, I took the option to practice the reverse sweep. A shot I don't usually play, but I've taken inspiration from Dave Smith.
Dave Smith, there he is.
In the sweep.
Give us a wave.
And I tell you what, I've been practicing it yesterday, practiced it today again in the nets, and I thought this was pretty good. And you've got to back yourself with the reverse sweep is the only thing. And I thought, let's give it a go. I've got no other boundary option. I've got to go for it. And it came off. It was just good, good luck, really.
Okay, and finally, talk us through your winning shot. Come on.
So he's bowling full. I know he's going to be bowling full. They've brought everyone up. I thought, I'm either hitting this down the ground, or I'm just going to see where he goes. And here he is. Come on!
I played 0 games.
And that brought an end to our long season. But for now, I just want to leave you with this one message. We are Tunbridge Wells, champions of England.